Alright guys, before we get into this unboxing review, I'm going to pull out each of these pops one by one and show you an out-of-box view and give you a detailed review on all of them. Hold up, cut, cut that right now. Hey man, what seems to be the problem? Why are you stopping me in the middle of the video? I'm sorry, I don't think I heard you right. How are you going to do this review again? Well, I'm just going to review each of the Scott Pilgrim pops one by one and get an out-of-box rotating display video of them on top, and you was going to edit it together, right? Who you think doing all that? That's way too much editing, boy. I ain't doing all that. You got me messed up. You forget that I'm doing all the editing, right? That's going to take me hours upon end to do all that editing, because you know I'm doing it on the phone. In fact, I'm going to let his intro play, because I'm going to have to talk to him and give him a little smackdown while that intro going, because this boy's out of his mind. Play his intro right now. What's up, you guys? Chase the Dark Sage here, and I'm back with another Funko Pop unboxing / review of the whole Scott Pilgrim versus the World Funko Pop set. Now, this review is going to be a little different. I'm going to do this kind of like my collection videos, where I show you the whole collection. I go by them piece by piece, but I'm going to be showing you the out-of-box view of them, and I'm going to give you a little tiny review of each of them. Now, I was going to pull them out each one by one and put them on a rotating display and all that, but I'm not going to lie. Your boy don't feel like editing all that. I'm kind of lazy. So, I thought, work smarter, not harder. And I gotta say shout out to Fetz, because I had to go to him with this idea, and he kind of gave me the approval on it, kind of, because he admitted too that this would be tedious, and honestly, nobody wants to do that. But before I get into it, guys, y'all already know what I gotta do. I gotta say shout out to my returning viewers / subscribers for all the love y'all show me and all the support that y'all give me. Also, shout out to the newer viewers and newer subscribers to the channel as well. And if you're new to the channel, you like anime content, Funko Pop content, Dragon Ball Z content, and collectible content, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and that post notification bell. That way you know whenever I post a new video, because I do post throughout the week whenever I want. Also, don't forget to follow your boy on Instagram at Dark Sage Collections. The link will be in the description below. And I have a public Discord for collectors and nerds all alike, where you can talk about anime and any other collectibles as well. So, let's go ahead and get into the video. I would do my clap, but I'm holding the gimbal in one hand, and this hand is by itself. So, let's get into it. Alright guys, so now it's time to get into a review of my favorite Funko Pop line, but aside from my Dragon Ball Z line. Scott Pilgrim vs. the World is one of my favorite movies of all time. It's probably like my number one and number two with Iron Man, the first one from the MCU. Now, let me give you a little brief synopsis of what Scott Pilgrim vs. the World is about. Basically, Scott Pilgrim vs. the World is about a boy who meets the girl of his dreams, literally, and in order to get with her, he has to fight 7 of her evil exes. What could go wrong? I gotta say, Edgar Wright did a great job on this movie. I grew up with this movie like in my high school years, and I repeatedly watched it. Like, I probably watched this movie the most out of my whole lifetime. I know I watched this movie over 20 times, most likely. I got it on Blu-ray and everything. I'm even collecting the comic book that it came out with on hardcover, because, like I said, I do love this movie, and Edgar Wright, he is a genius for making this movie. But nonetheless, let's stop all this talking. Let me go ahead and get into the set, because I know the set is pretty expensive. I'm probably going to put the Funko PPG thing right here, showing you the worth of it, because most of these pops, there's only 3 commons. So all these are either exclusives or limited pieces. I know a lot of people are really mad that a lot of the Scott Pilgrim line was like that, but honestly, I kind of like the exclusivity. Plus, a lot of people don't have these pops. I'm one of the people on here that probably got the whole set. Now, it's going to be easy to get the whole set. It's not like it's Planet Arlia or anything, but I'm also proud of getting it, because this is one of the earlier sets I always kept complete aside from Dragon Ball Z. And I gotta say, I'm really proud of this set, so let's go ahead and get into a review of this. Alright guys, right here we got the Scott Pilgrim Toys R Us exclusive. Now, this is only an exclusive only because he has the Plum Tree shirt. A lot of Scott Pilgrim pops, as you can see, he does have a guitar. He has a guitar right here, has a guitar right here. He also has a guitar in this 3-pack right here as well. So, a lot of these, well, like 2 or 3 of these pops are going to be variants of each other. So, this is a Toys R Us exclusive Scott Pilgrim pop. Like I said, we have a lot of Scott, so let's go ahead and get into it. We got the common version of Scott Pilgrim, one of the first Scott Pilgrim pops in the first wave, because the first pops that came out for the Scott Pilgrim wave was a 3-pack. So this was actually part of the first wave of the Scott Pilgrim pops as singles. But this is Scott Pilgrim. This is when he was at the party looking for Ramona with a little scribble in his hand trying to find Ramona, and he has a red Solo cup in his hand crushed because he's kind of anxious to find Ramona. Definitely love this scene within the movie. Like I said before, guys, this is one of my favorite movies of all time. So let's go ahead and get into the next one. I believe he actually has the Astro Boy shirt under this shirt, which is kind of tacky a little bit, but I ain't gonna lie, he do be having that drip in the movie. Now we got the NYCC 1,000 piece limited edition Scott Pilgrim with Astro Boy shirt. This is only limited, like an expensive piece, because he does have the Astro Boy shirt on compared to all these other ones. Plus he is 1,000 pieces. Like I said, he does have plenty of variants with him and a guitar and just a different shirt. So let's go ahead and move on to the next one. Like I said, I do love this pop. Well, I love all these pops, honestly. I don't really care about the variants like that. I know a lot of people are mad about variants, especially with Dragon Ball Z, but I can live with it with Scott Pilgrim because we don't have that many. Now we got Knives Chow, his first girlfriend within the movie, and I believe she's in high school at the beginning of the movie, which is kind of nasty on Scott because he is a grown adult. But Knives Chow, pretty good person until he kind of starts doing her wrong. Then she kind of looks up to Ramona, cuts her hair like Ramona, and starts coloring her hair like Ramona. Next pop-up we got is Nega Scott, the 2017 Summer Convention exclusive. This is basically, he really doesn't even fight in the movie. I don't know why he has that sword, but he doesn't fight in the movie. Him and Scott meet up, and they're about to do like a versus thing, but they just, piece it up and say they're going to go get a cup of coffee later on, whenever they want to do a meetup or whatever. But I do like the scene where they actually meet up. And I like the deleted scenes on the Blu-ray where you see Nega Scott more prevalent, and you see like Scott kind of seeing him around mysteriously and him just disappearing. I like that type of detail, but obviously it wasn't incorporated in the movie. Pretty sure he has a bigger role in the comic. I haven't read the whole comic. I only read like probably the first volume of it. Next pop-up we got is the 2,000 piece limited edition SDCC Scott Pilgrim with the Sword of Love. Now, I definitely love this part of the movie, and I definitely love this pop because one of my images that my friend Pennis made me, she actually gave me a logo that looks just like this, and I gotta say, I definitely love her work. If you guys aren't already, go ahead, follow her. But I love this part of the movie because this is when he's about to fight Gideon for the first time, and he gets a Sword of Love, and it gets all enraged in orange flame, and I gotta say, I definitely love it. Definitely love the way it looks. This movie has a video game type of feel to it, with retro gaming styles and the point system and all that, and just a side scroller, especially with the video game that actually came out for the movie. So let's go ahead and move on to the next pop. We got Ramona Flowers, which is a ECCC 2019 exclusive. This was shared with, I believe, the Funko Shop, and this was easy to get. Not a lot of people were going after this one. I think this is a slept-on part of the movie when she fights Roxy Richter, one of her evil exes herself. It's weird that we didn't see Scott fight her because Scott's supposed to fight the 7 evil exes, but she fought her because, Roxy is a girl, and I think Scott was drunk, I believe, in this part of the movie. But when she pulls that hammer out of that bag, she pulls that little glizzy out, and, starts going to work on Roxy. Whoo! Ramona is a bad woman. Y'all don't want to mess with her. Then we got Ramona Flowers, the original common version that came out in the first wave. This is just her when you first meet her in the movie. She does change her hair a few times in the movie. And I like the fact that Funko has kind of incorporated that in the pop. She does have 3 different styles of 3 different colors of hair. This one's the pink one. I just showed you the blue one. And the Gideon 2-pack that she's in, she also has green right there. So I definitely love that Funko noticed that detail and incorporated it into the Funko Pops itself. But I do love the fact that she looks a little timid. She looks quiet. She has a little handbag on her side. She's just dripped up as usual in this movie. So let's go ahead and move on to the next pop. We got Knives Chow, 1,000 piece NYCC 2016 exclusive, which is her just doing her little 8-bit confused face that she did when she was at the bar when they first met Todd Ingram and Envy Adams, because she didn't know that Scott used to go out with Envy Adams and things like that. But I definitely love this because this was pieced up with this Scott Pilgrim, which is also 1,000 pieces. So definitely, I love getting both of them. I got them each, I believe, for like $100, or at least I got this Knives Chow for like $80, and I got this Scott for like $100. These are the only 2 I paid over retail for, but honestly, they're 1,000 pieces, so I think I kind of came out good in the long run. Now we got Todd Ingram, the 2,500 piece exclusive, Funko Shop exclusive, from the Scott Pilgrim line, obviously, and we got the Envy Adams, which was also pieced together. They came as a pair. She's also 2,500 pieces as well. Todd Ingram is one of Ramona's evil exes, and he has vegan powers basically. And I think it was a cool concept because I didn't expect it, and I didn't know how Scott was going to win against him because honestly, he seemed pretty overpowered. But what happens in the movie stays in the movie, even though the pops kind of spoil it. But I'm gonna have to spoil it when I get to that pop, so you'll see how he loses later on within the movie. Then we got Envy Adams, which is actually Scott's ex. She's part of a famous band just with Todd Ingram, and she left Scott, I believe. No, she cheated on Scott, and then she wants Scott back, and then she gets jealous because of Ramona and stuff like that. Just a little crazy girl thing. She was hating on my boy Scott Pilgrim back then. Back then, she didn't want him, but now he hot. She all on him. You know what I'm saying? But we got Lucas Lee, played by Chris Evans in the movie, and he's an actor who is I don't know. He just has superhuman strength, I believe. And I love the fact that he uses his stunt doubles, basically kind of like as clones, like in the Matrix movie where you have Mr. Smith. He was fighting Neo and he had all them clones. That's what Lucas Lee does, but with his stunt doubles. I think that was pretty awesome. I love the fact that they put his skateboard in his hand, even though he only uses it at the end when he's about to die. And this is a 2018 Canadian convention exclusive. I believe I got this off the Funko shop. And then we go into the last pop. That's a single pop, and it's a 2017 Summer Convention exclusive, 2,500 pieces. Roxy Richter, she was on Funko Shop, easy to get, not too hard. And I gotta say, with this pop, kind of lackluster compared to all the other Evil X pops, but this was early on in the stage of the movie lines, and I wish she would have had her like chains around her. Obviously, they haven't started incorporating items around characters like that until later on, like within the animation line and stuff like that, but definitely can't say I appreciate it because this looks like a spot on image of her from the movie. This is limited, like I said before, to 2,500 pieces. Definitely love the pop, pretty dope. Now let's go ahead and start going to the 2/3 packs. We got the Matthew Patel and Demon Chick. This is the first X that Scott fights within the movie Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, and this is the Demon Chick. These Demon Chicks, they really don't have a personality of their own. They're just summoned by Matthew Patel and they fight for him. I hated fighting them in the game, honestly, but when I got to beat up Matthew Patel, felt a little good about it, and this looks just like how he does in the movie. He looks a little emo-ish, just like he does in the movie, so definitely love it, and he has a little eyeshadow thing around him. Definitely love it. Now, we got the Vegan Police. This is the people who stopped Todd Ingram in his tracks and strips him of his vegan powers because he had soy milk, I believe. He had basically something with lactose in it, and that just stripped him of his powers. Definitely love that it came in a 2-pack with the 2 officers that popped up and stopped Todd Ingram, and they both look different like they do in the movie. Then we got the Katie and Nagi twins, 2 of Ramona's evil exes. I don't know how she dated both of them probably at the same time, which was kind of nasty, but I'm not here to judge. 2018 NYCC exclusive. This one was easy to get as well. Most of these appeared on the Funko shop, and they did sell out literally that day. I think the only one that really stayed up for a while was the Ramona Flowers ECCC exclusive, but here's the Katie and Nagi twins. Nothing too special about them. They're just in a little pose that looks kind of dynamic. They kind of look like they're in a video game pose where you select your fighter and you just pick them. I don't know. That's just my thing. And then we got the Sex Bomb 3-pack, which is the first ever Scott Pilgrim merch that we got for the movie. Oh my gosh, my gimbal messed up. But this is the first this is the first Funko Pops that we got for the Scott Pilgrim vs. the World movie line. This is a 2016 Summer Convention exclusive. I remember when this bad boy was going for like $200 to $300, and I got this bad boy for retail for $40. I kind of look back then and wish I would have got like 2 of them, but you live and you learn, sadly. You live and you learn. But this includes Scott Pilgrim, Steven Stills, and Kim Pine, one of Scott's exes herself. He kind of reconciles with her within the movie towards the end, and I just love the fact that he kind of like mends the relationships that he kind of broke within the movie. That was just my thing. I love the fact that Scott had that growth and he became more of an adult and more mature by the end of the movie. Then we got the last 2-pack, Gideon Graves and Ramona Flowers 2-pack, which is the ECCC exclusive 2018, 4,000 piece limited. This is Gideon right here, the last evil ex that Scott has to fight. And then here's Ramona when Gideon is kind of like controlling her or whatever. Like I said before, if you guys have seen the movie, you'll get what I mean. If you haven't, please go check it out. Really great movie. Directed by Edgar Wright, who also directed Baby Driver and I believe Hot Fuzz and Shaun of the Dead. Very great movie, like I said. Definitely recommend this movie. But I definitely love the 2-pack. I definitely love that, like I said before, they incorporated Ramona's hair changes within the Funko Pop. She has green right here, she has pink right here, and then she has blue right here. But this is the whole Scott Pilgrim Funko Pop line, guys. Let me know what you think about this line down below. And let me go ahead and cut back to me. Alright guys, so that is it for the collection video / review of the Funko Pop set of Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. Now, I wanted to get this review out because I am packing all this stuff up soon because honestly, there's not a lot of room in here for my anime stuff. Plus, I am moving soon. So, it's better to pack this up early. That way, I won't have to worry about that later on. But like I said before, guys, hit that like button if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel if you like anime content, Funko Pop content, collectible content, Dragon Ball Z content. And I gotta say, thank you guys for watching. Also, guys, let me know which pop was your favorite. My favorite is probably going to be the NYCC Scott or the SDCC Scott where he has a Sword of Love. I definitely love that pop. That's one of my favorites because I love that scene in the movie. But I'd like to say thank you guys for watching. Dark Sage out. Peace.